All right, let's talk about it. That feeling of social awkwardness. We've all been there, right? Well, today we're going to look at a super simple but really powerful technique to handle it. You know what? It all starts with just thinking about the problem a little differently.
I mean, just listen to that. You're not broken. Your social brain just has a processing delay. How great is that? It completely flips the script, doesn't it? It's not some deep character flaw. It's not that there's something wrong with you. It's just a processing delay. That's it. Let's really hang on to that idea, because it's a big one.
Okay, so first, let's really get into that feeling. You know the one I'm talking about, the awkward freeze. Ugh, it's that moment where the conversation is flowing and then, bam, it just grinds to a halt.
Have you ever had this happen? Someone puts you on the spot with a totally normal question. Like, how was your weekend? Or what did you think of that movie? And nothing. Your mind just goes completely blank. It feels like an empty room, right? You know the answer is in there somewhere, but it's like you can't access the file.
And that is the heart of the freeze. It's this intense pressure you put on yourself. That little voice in your head screaming, "Say something, say it now, don't be awkward." And of course, that feeling of urgency is exactly what causes the panic. It's what makes you stumble or just freeze up. But here's the big question. What if all that pressure is just wrong?
Yeah, that's really the key right there, that misplaced pressure. So let's try to see this in a totally new way. Your brain isn't empty, it's not broken, it's just buffering. Think of it like your brain's own little loading bar.
And this is the big aha moment. Awkwardness isn't a character flaw. In fact, our source calls it intelligence overwhelm. Think about that. Your brain is juggling so much at once, what the other person is saying, their tone, their body language, the room you're in, plus all of your own thoughts. It's a lot. Of course it needs a second to catch up.
That's literally all it is, a processing delay. It's totally normal. It's just like when you have way too many tabs open on your computer and everything slows down for a second. Your social brain is the same way. It just needs a moment to load. It's not broken, it's just busy.
I love this analogy. It says your brain is like a GPS that updates every few seconds. How perfect is that? In a conversation, your brain is constantly recalculating, taking in all this new information and trying to find the best way forward. So that little pause, it's not a bug, it's not a failure, it's literally a feature. It's the system update.
Okay, so if the problem is just a simple processing delay, then the solution has to be simple too, right? Well, it is. It's brilliant, actually. It's called the 3-second rule.
That's it. Just 3. 3 little seconds. That's all you need to completely shift from that feeling of panic and take back control. To turn that awkwardness into a calm, almost magnetic presence. So here's how you do it. The plan is so simple. Okay, step 1. Someone asks you a question. Now your instinct is to jump in and answer immediately, right? Don't. Instead, just pause. Step 2 is to give your brain that time. Let the GPS update. So step 3, you silently count in your head, 1, 2, 3. And then, step 4, you answer. But now you're not just blurting something out, you're responding with intention. See the difference? You've gone from reacting to responding.
And that shift from reacting to responding, that's where the magic really happens. The effect is huge because being intentional, well, it's magnetic. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got that rushed anxiety. You're just reacting, you're stumbling over words, you feel anxious. We all know that feeling. But on the other side, you have this magnetic presence. You're responding. You come across as thoughtful. You feel calm and intentional. It's a total game changer for the entire dynamic of the conversation.
So if there's one thing to remember from all this, it's this. Intentionality is so much more important than speed. Nobody is standing there with a stopwatch. Seriously. People would much rather get a thoughtful answer than a fast one, every single time.
So that little 3-second pause, it's kind of a superpower. First, you automatically seem more thoughtful and put together. Second, you feel calmer, like you're actually in the driver's seat. But here's the coolest part, what happens on the outside. When you pause, people actually lean in. That little bit of silence creates anticipation. They become more interested in what you're going to say. And that is what makes your presence so compelling, or, magnetic.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. When you start to embrace this pause, yeah, you're definitely going to change how other people see you. But you know what's even more important? You're going to change how you see yourself. So the real question is, whose mind are you going to change first?